What's going on, everyone? This is Erik with Full Man MMA, and today I am joined by UFC strawweight Mackenzie Dern. Mackenzie, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Of course, thank you so much for joining me. You have a big fight coming up, April 9th, UFC 273, against Tecia Torres, your opponent. Was that somebody that you were looking to fight? How did this matchup come together?
Tisha's actually, she's been someone who, like, we've kind of talked about a little bit with Mick, but then she's had, like, other fights line up, and then the same for me. Um, and she's definitely been someone who, like, her name has come up, but it's never really came that close to being, set up. And then, after my last fight, Zhang Weili, I think we'll end up fighting Joanna, Carla Esparza with Rose, Marina, who I think is number 3 with Young China, had just fought. So kind of the champ all the way to me, number 5, we're all filled up, So she was the next like number 7. And it just worked out. She's trying to get into the top 5. I didn't want to fight someone too far back in the ranks. So, and I was excited. I was excited to have her as my next fight because I think she's fought Marina before. And I wanted to kind of just make up for my loss, And I think her being a striker, if I was to fight someone like Carla, who's a wrestler, I like to kind of fight someone similar to who I just lost because I can fix those mistakes that are like really fresh in my mind, being a striker, trying to like close the distance, someone who moves good, like I want to show I worked on that and I'm able to get that better.
Of course, and it's a very important fight for the strawweight division, as you mentioned. She's looked very good in her last 3 fights. How much do her skills impress you?
Yeah, she looks really, really good. I'm so excited to be fighting her kind of this time in her career because I think she's just evolved so much. And I mean, you're as good as like your opponent, So I'm happy to be fighting her. She seems confident. She seems like she's kind of just overwhelming the girls that she's fighting, and I think it's going to be a dog fight, and it's going to be on a great card. So I think it's going to be a great opportunity for us to really show how much we've gotten better. Both of us have gotten better, and how we're pushing the strawweight division, and who wants it the most, to get maybe a title opportunity pretty soon.
Yeah, and you mentioned, you kind of wanted to test your striking again after the last fight. Is that kind of how you see the fight playing out between you two? You want to test yourself on the feet?
I mean, definitely I want to take her to the ground, of course, just because that's my strength and I know that's her weakness, but I know like what I wanted to kind of really just test is like more my striking, but to close the distance. I think that was one thing that I was missing with Marina. She had really good footwork, and Marina too, being like really experienced, a taller girl, she was longer, a lot of reach, so she could kind of hit and stay on the outside. And I was trying to use my striking to get in with Marina, but Tecia being shorter, a shorter girl, definitely I want to use my striking, but more like so I can kind of show that I can still fight someone who has good footwork and is a little bit more experience in that area more than me, So definitely the plan is to take to the ground. But the fact that Tecia does like these blitz and she's kind of overwhelming, I definitely am not gonna, I don't want to fall back or give her too much space, So that's why when I say like, oh, it's gonna be a dog fight, because it's just kind of to the point where we're both gonna have to try and get each other's respect, and we'll see, who can capitalize on that.
Of course, and the whole UFC 273 card is incredible. This fight that you're a part of between you and Tecia, the 2 title fights on the card, Khamzat Chimaev and Gilbert Burns. Are there any matchups that stick out to you that you're looking forward to sharing the card with?
Yeah, I think all 3 of them. I think Durinho with Khamzat Chimaev. I don't want to mess up his name, but yeah, that's going to be a great fight. I'm so excited when they added that to the card. Peter Yan and Aljamain Sterling, I'm excited to see the number 2 of that, to see like what Aljamain will change in his game, from the last fight. And yeah, Alex Volkanovski.
Yeah, Volkanovski.
Yeah, him too. It's gonna be a great fight with Korean Zombie. I'm such a fan of Alex, and I think he did a great fight with Ortega. So it was really, really cool, and I'm excited. It's gonna be a great card, and to be on the main card at least. And so far, we're still on the main card, So I think it'll be great.
I know you had
with the crowd too.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Yeah, with the crowd, we'll be back with the crowd. So I'm excited about it. My last 4 or 5 fights have been in the Apex, so I'm definitely ready to be back in front of a crowd. Yeah.
You were on one other pay-per-view during COVID, so you've had the crowd like recently, right?
No.
Oh
I mean,
no.
I think I was on a pay-per-view, but it was still in the Apex, so it was no, just like maybe, I don't know, 30 people or something like that. You know, it was at the Apex. You know, it wasn't at any like MGM or T-Mobile Arena or anything like that.
That's right. So you prefer the crowd, right? I know a lot of fighters obviously like the crowd. A lot of fighters actually kind of like that you could hear your coaches a little better. You like fighting in front of the big crowd, right?
Yeah, I like fighting. I mean, it was a good experience. I think I learned a lot. Fighting just at the Apex, you know, you kind of test yourself in different areas. You know, you feel kind of like you're at sparring, so you're really concentrating, stuff like that. Like you need to concentrate and not get distracted with, you know, the commentators talking about like, oh, Mackenzie looks tired, and you're like, you know, trying to tell that your mind's like, I don't look tired, you know, or something like that. You know, just staying focused. But the crowd is definitely, you know, those moments where you kind of just need to forget about technique and really just show hard. That's really what the crowd brings out of you, you know? So I'm so excited to be able to get back to that. And that's what we fight for, you know? It's like, I mean, not that I fight just for the crowd, I fight for my family, of course, and, you know, lots of things. But I mean, the fans is what make us who we are in the show. And I mean, we're fighting for you guys, you know, and to put on show and, I don't know, inspire you guys and, you know, show, like train this whole time for putting on a show. So definitely to have the crowd there, it's going to be so great. And I'm so excited.
So is that almost more distracting being in the Apex because you can hear everyone so clearly from the commentators and everyone in the arena? Is that distracting?
Yeah, 100%. At least for me, you know, because I mean, it's distracting, but it's like, you know, you just have to be really focused, you know? So it's really, you know, you, like I said, you can hear your coaches, you know, but it's almost like you're thinking a lot, you know, instead of, at least for me, I'm a fighter that I'm trying not to be so emotional when I fight. You know, you get punched and you just want to like, you know, okay, whatever, and just go forward, you know, and be a little bit reckless. I'm trying not to be such an emotional fighter, but I think you have to have that balance, you know. So I felt in the Apex, it was such a cool experience. Like one time, two times, I had like a pretty good record in the Apex. I think I was 4-1 or something like that, you know. So I was having good results, but yeah, I was almost getting too much, just like hearing everything, hearing my opponent's coaches, hearing my coaches, hearing, you know, the commentators, you know, thinking too much in my mind. And yeah, I just want to be able to fight
Yeah, no, that's
and not
interesting.
think too much.
I know you got surgery late last year as well. How has the recovery been? I'm assuming you're at 100% now with the fight so close.
Yeah, 100%. I'm so excited about that. And my strength is even better than what it was before. So I was able to get my strength back really good. I'm happy about that. And I think that's what's so important, you know, is like the strength, and just know that, you know, your joints, they're protected, you know, when you have good, you know, muscles around your body and all your joints and things like that, you feel a little bit more secure when you're kicking and doing all this crazy stuff, when you know that at least the chances are going to be a little bit less. So I'm just back that I'm able to train again, fight normal, you know, and yeah, I'm really excited about, you know, I'm not excited that I had to go through the surgery, but it was important for me. And I think I'm way better now that I had the surgery than I was before.
Absolutely. And, you know, you touched on your last fight against Marina Rodriguez. Unfortunately, it didn't go your way, but I'm sure in your first UFC main event, it was a bit of a learning experience. How much did you learn just, you know, going the full 5 rounds against a tough opponent like that?
Yeah, I mean, I learned a lot. I learned that, I mean, we still got the fight of the night, so that was good. I guess, I mean, I learned like I can take a punch, you know, that's maybe, I mean, that's not the best thing, but it's good to know that like, okay, at least you can get hit and not, you know, not fall so easily. So as long as I can just keep going forward, you know, I think I would go forward and then I'd take one step forward and take maybe 3 steps back. Okay, you know, and I was just kind of hard to find, you know, not find her, but hard to catch Marina. I really felt her experience in the fight. But yeah, I learned so much. Hey, like 25 minutes, I felt okay. You know, I didn't feel like too bad. I felt I had a lot of opportunities. I could have finished the fight, but I need to make adjustments. I needed to be a little bit tighter and, you know, just not doubting some things, you know, like go for the submission, you know, not go and think, oh, maybe I should do more ground and pound. Maybe I should go to the submission, you know, and that's like, okay, when the round finishes, we start standing back up again, you know, and then you do everything all over again, you know. So definitely, I don't want to be losing some positions like I did in that fight. but yeah, Marina's a great athlete. She's real experienced. She's been doing good. She just won her last fight too. So hopefully we can meet again in the future. But yeah, I'm really thankful for that fight and for the fight of the night. I think we both showed a lot of heart. Her on stand up, me on the ground, and me on the stand up and her on the ground too. So I think it was a good fight and I learned a lot.
Yeah, it was a great fight to watch. You seem to handle the loss with a lot of positivity. You were on the 4-fight winning streak before it. Right at the cusp of that title picture. But I guess, how did you process losing for the first time in a while so well?
I think because I just knew I wasn't ready, for the belt, and I mean, I don't want to get to the belt just to say I got there, or just to say I had the opportunity to fight for the belt. I want to get to that opportunity, like that moment where I'm fighting for the belt, and I want to stay there for a while, So I think that was just the most thing to know, like, okay, it was better. I'm not ready now. I had a great fight. I'm learning now. I'm learning, fixing my mistakes, so that way when I do, and you start to get, like you said, like on a win streak, and people start talking a lot, and you kind of getting in this hype, and sometimes you get a little bit, not pressure, but you kind of get overexcited, like, oh yeah, okay, the belt's coming soon. But it's always good to have kind of like just come back to keep your feet on the ground, and I think that's what that fight did for me. I don't feel like I did too bad. But yeah, I want to be ready for the belt, so I'll keep letting the girls. I'm still studying the girls, I'm excited to see Rose with Carla, to see how the fight will go. I hope to see Zhang Weili and Joanna again, because that's, man, like fight of the year again, so I learned so much from watching them, and I know I'm in like a process of evolution on my game, and finding my style. I still, of course, I'm a jiu-jitsu girl, but I'm still finding my style, as like I watch my sparrings and how I move, and it's changing, and kind of my combos that I like to do and all these things. So definitely, I'm in a great process. I'm in a great area of my moment of my career right now. And I think that the loss was really, really important for me. I don't see it like as a bad, as a setback. I think it was just really to catapult me farther in my career.
No, that's a great outlook to have. And, you have to figure you're still ranked so highly in the division that with a win over Torres, you'll be right back in the title picture. Is that something that you're kind of looking towards? Like maybe if you win this fight, a title eliminator next, or did you want to, maybe take a little bit more time, get a couple more wins before that?
I don't know. I mean, I think how I do in this fight will really depend. Like if maybe what will come after, if we'll prefer to have more fights or just like one more fight or something like that. I think if it's a really, really hard fight or something, maybe we'll want a couple more fights. If we get in and get out and like, man, did so great, then we'll see what comes next. But yeah, I mean, I think Tecia's going to be a really tough fight. So definitely I can't look past her right now. She's definitely my biggest obstacle right now, and I know she's looking really good. And I'm feeling really good. So let's I really wanted to see what's going to happen on April 9th, and we'll see what comes after.
Absolutely. And, again, not looking too far ahead, but you did bring up Rose Namajunas defending her title against Carla Esparza. It's a great storyline there with them fighting before. And you mentioned that you were looking forward to seeing who came out on top there. Do you have any thoughts on how that fight goes as somebody that, has been watching both of their careers?
I think Rose is going to win. I think she's just evolved so much since the first time they fought. But I mean, I don't know. I think that Carla could do an upset, just because she just seems that she really, I don't know, she like can really just put her game, take down and do her ground and pound, and she's getting each time better and better. And she doesn't fall too much into the other people's game. But I think Rose is more well-rounded, so it's like who that person who is like good at everything, or the person that is like really good at their game and they can implement that, but I think Rose will win. But I won't be surprised if Carla gets like an upset. I'll be like, man, I could see that too, but I think that Rose is going to get the win. I don't think she's going to give like up her back the way she did on the last fight. I don't remember how many years ago it was, but a while ago. So I don't think she'll make those same mistakes again. And I think it'll be a good fight. I'm excited.
Absolutely. Well said. And I also wanted to ask you, we just had that spectacular UFC London card in front of the UK crowd. When are we going to see you back in Brazil? I know that was something that you wanted to do sometime this year. Is that, possibly something that we'll be able to see? That would be great to see you in front of the Brazilian fans.
Yeah, we were really trying to go back when it was UFC in Rio, but it was hard to get Tecia to go on that fight. I guess, it's hard like to go and fight against Brazil in Brazil, so it was a little bit hard for us to get on that card, but then they ended up changing it, right? Brazil, it's not in Brazil anymore. So definitely, for sure, if it goes back to Brazil, I would like to be on the card. I know there are a lot of Brazilians that want to be on the card, so it's always, everyone's trying to fight to get on the card. But yeah, the next opportunity they have to be on the card, I definitely want to come back to Brazil. And my last one, I didn't make weight there, even though I had like a good win. I didn't make weight, so I definitely want to redeem myself and my reputation there and how I did.
Absolutely. I know it's something that I would love to see, but I'm just looking forward to your fight on April 9th now. So best of luck there. But Mackenzie, before I let you go, you've been so great giving us the time today. I wanted to give you the floor now. Anything you wanted to shout out or promote, the floor is yours.
Oh, just thank you. Thank you for the time. Thanks all the fans for all the support. And stay tuned April 9th. It's going to be a great fight.
Awesome. Can't wait. Mackenzie, thanks again for the time. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Erik.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching this video. If you like our content, be sure to subscribe to Full Man MMA. And while you're at it, make sure to hit the bell icon as well so you never miss an update from us.